Welcome to the StockManor.com studios here in the Black Hills of South Dakota. I'm your StockManor Brian Johnson, making professional trading simple. And yeah, okay, so we did have a move down in the markets today. Uh, Not much to speak of, really. It was a move down. Yeah, it was some red candles, neat. There was even some consecutive red candles. Wow. But it's a bull pullback. It really isn't anything too serious right now. So the Dow did get up and over the 10,800 level, and I must say, I got to send out props to Scrat. He sent me an email a while back and said, I'm actually looking my overhead resistance areas right around 10,800 on the Dow. And look at that, 10,819 turned around there. So anyway, got to give props out to Scrat. Good job, man. That was a good call. But right now, we did bounce off of that. However, for the time being, just a bull pullback. So we held on to the 10,700 level. Did close just below the 20 period moving average here on the 60-minute chart. But there wasn't a lot of force in this. We did see some really good volume actually to the downside today. I will admit that. It was a pretty big volume day, but not a lot of follow through. Just not a lot of real heavy selling coming in. Volume was good, just not a lot of heavy selling. So you have to kind of question exactly what that's going to mean for next week. But I think you're going to find, well, let's just find out right now, actually. I don't want to dive into this too much. We'll dive into it this weekend. But here's the diamonds. Here's the volume on the day for the 60 minute. Let's go right to a daily and just make the chart really big. So there you go. Nice big fat red candle. Good volume. It didn't go anywhere. I mean, we're down 37 points by the end of it. So I don't know if there's a lot of selling going on. This could have been a day of mixed buying and selling all day long. So we don't know exactly if that's going to make a big difference. It was what quadruple or triple witching and options expiration. That could have been part of it too. People just flip flopping some stuff around. But yeah, the volume was great, but we went nowhere. 37 points down in the Dow. Ooh, not much to really speak of there. So anyway, we'll see what this looks like this weekend. I'll do a little bit more work on it this weekend. But lather, rinse, repeat. It really nothing broken here from a daily standpoint. You can see we haven't broken this overhead resistance. We have not broken this blue trend line. Both of them acting as still strong resistance even today. So you can only look at this as a high base. Yes, very good. Look at you guys learn. I'm so proud of you. Look at you guys learn. So we're just in a high base until we can get back below 10,700. More importantly, close below 10,700. Even then, I'm still looking. We got to get back down into these areas here before I really start taking the bear case seriously. Nasdaq on a 60-minute, pretty decent run for most of the week, but today pullback sitting nicely on the 50-period moving average and on a daily time frame. Yes, a move down, but what? Nothing. Nothing really too major. Was looking like it could have turned into something serious, but more buying came in towards the end of the day, pushed it back up to the 1932 area. Not even close to this blue line that we're watching on the other indices. So no fret here if you're long on the Nasdaq. This could be, if you're an Elliottian, maybe we're looking at a 4 of 3. So maybe a 1, 2, this is a 3 move up. This could be 4 of 3 evolving. I don't know where 4 of 3 is going to go, and then a 5 up. Who knows? I'm way ahead of myself here. We'll look more at it this weekend. Just giving you some ideas, something to think about over the weekend. Here we're coming up on this. What was the high? 1949. So I'm really kind of looking at 1960, 1970 area, somewhere up in here. Almost got to the 1950 area. Candle's pretty small this week. Not a lot of movement. Not a lot of volume, actually, to speak of either. So you can see that dropping off, but who cares what the volume's doing? That has made no difference in the markets. Maybe we see early next week a touch of 1960-ish or something, and then a move down from there. I don't know. Totally speculating at this point. All we know right now is that from a weekly standpoint, still moving upwards. So a pullback is certainly coming very soon, though. Getting very stretched up here. SPX on a 60-minute. Once again, looking at this at the 60-minute chart is just a pullback. Yeah, bull pullback. Just waiting for it to see if it gets back up and over this 20-period moving average. If it does, I would fully expect it to break 1170 and continue to move higher. I think 1180 is a place I have up above. I'll try to put that in this weekend. Here you can see it holding above overhead support, came back down, touched this blue trend line, and yeah, ran away from it, right back up. Now kind of right at on above this blue overhead resistance line is now acting as support. And that puts us in a everyone now high base formation. So as we move sideways into this rising blue trend line, that is really the key right here. This rising blue trend line is really the kind of the bigger area we're watching. We'll see what happens over the weekends. I'm going into a little bit more detail with the subscribers, and I'll talk to them more about it here in their video next. From a weekly standpoint, we did close up and over the 1150 area, but putting in the same type of candle as a NASDAQ. Not really strong, not a lot of volume, still just kind of trying to push its way upwards. Still very well could. Got this lingering 1226 number ahead of it. That is the 200-week moving average, which we've seen hit and broken on other indices that we're covering. We're not covering in the daily videos, but am covering it with the subscribers, and they have already seen indices hit this and break through this. Maybe that's where we're heading next. Maybe we don't know yet. I would expect maybe we'd see a pullback before that, and then where the pullback goes will be very, very, very crucial to my overall larger outlook. Okay, move up today in the VIX. Yeah, big deal. Bouncing off of that lower support line that I had put in here before. And hitting the green, hitting the blue, holding very nicely, bouncing up from that. But still, there's no fear in the market. No big deal at all, actually.